Traditional spray wax, water-based ceramic spray, spray and wipes, do a couple sprays, wipe on ceramic coating, rub it in, right? I like the slickness and the gloss. That one also smells really good. The spray and rinse, spray it on. There you go. So it's basically the lazy man's way to wax your car, right? There are so many different types of waxes, ceramic sprays, and other paint protectants that you can use for your car. And really what I've realized is everyone's just confused. So in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare a spray wax to a spray ceramic coating, to a traditional wipe on ceramic coating, to a spray and rinse ceramic coating, and you can see where the confusion comes in. But in this video, I'm gonna apply them all to the hood, check their water behavior, and then of course, eventually put them through a torture test. For the first application, we'll do a traditional wipe on ceramic coating. I actually added applicators, but luckily I have this Scrub Ninja, which has a microfiber on the back. And so traditional ceramic coating, you're gonna apply to a panel, or apply to an applicator. And if you're using a full 50 or even a full 30 mil bottle of ceramic on a car, you're using way too much. So this ceramic coating goes on, has a extremely long work time on purpose. So like traditionally when I'm using it on a customer's car, I will apply it and apply to the whole side of the car and then come back and then level it. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna apply it here and then I'll come back and level it. So a quick cross hatch pattern there. And that is as simple as ceramic coatings go. This particular ceramic coating doesn't really sweat or rainbow all that much, but we will level it in a second. The next that we could do is just the traditional spray wax. Again, this one happens to be like a synthetic spray wax. So we'll just do a couple sprays there. Spray wax is pretty easy. You're gonna go in and rub it in, right? Not much to it. So what I like in a traditional spray wax is I like the slickness and the gloss. That is gonna be the two features I'm looking for, and I'll kind of talk about that through this video of like where each one of these products may fit. So we talk a lot about, or I'll talk a lot about kind of the give and take of products in detailing. That so often doesn't get talked about. So gloss and slickness, that one also smells really good, which is also important to me. Got that there. We will do the spray and wipe. So this is a water-based ceramic spray over on this side. So for a water-based ceramic spray, a lot of the ceramic sprays on the market are solvent-based. And I don't like solvent-based because they stink up your whole shop. So there's that. And I think an argument that doesn't really get talked about a lot is kind of our own protection as detailers. We all hear the stories of the mechanic or the guy that was a mechanic for 30 years and was around brake dust and all that, and then died at 60, a week after he retired. And we never talk about that in the detailing space. So ceramic spray, what I'm looking for in all these products really is ease of use. So something easy, it doesn't stink, it doesn't do any of that. It just simply adds nice gloss. I try to get as much gloss as you would with like a carnauba-based product, but out of a fully synthetic product. Okay, for the spray and rinse, this would be used like after you wash your car, right? So your car is wet on the panel and you're just gonna spray it on and try to get that water bead. So let's do that on the top left side of the panel. I'll kind of wet it a little bit again, and the water's pretty flat, and then you would just spray it on. And what that's gonna do is hopefully I labeled this correctly, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna make the water bead up on the paint. And these products come from the tunnel wash industry, of where when a traditional car wash are going through the tunnel, most cars, the car wash recognizes this, that most cars don't bead water. So when they got to the drying stage of the tunnel, it was very difficult for those cars that did not bead water for the tunnel to dry it, right? And so they developed a product that would drip down, or they could spray on the car in the tunnel that would make the water bead up. That way when it got to the drying section or the blow dryer section of the tunnel, that car would dry a lot quicker. And that's where we get this fascination with water beads, right? And so this product is much the same, with a difference being that it's not streaky. So that's where the technology is advancing in these. Traditionally, there's a lot of brands that have these spray and rinse products, but they want you to work out of direct sunlight. They want you to work one panel at a time, have a steady stream of water. And then even when you do all that, you're pretty much left with a streaky mess. So this one is not like that, and I'll demo that in a future video, but let's rinse that off and see how the water beads come up. Right, so a little bit better water beading, and again, you can add multiple layers to it. So you could spray it again, and then rinse it off. There you go. So it's basically the lazy man's way to wax your car, right? But traditionally, or up until more recently when the technology has advanced for this product, it actually wasn't the lazy man's way to wax your car because it was so incredibly difficult to remove the streaks that the products caused, especially if you got it on windows or a dark color car. But this technology or this product is not like that. It works on glass, paint, plastic, everything, direct sun, which is great. I always look for that, and makes the paint bead pretty good. So there you go. There's the application for the spray and rinse. So we're about 5 minutes into letting this ceramic coating set up, and Bryant and I were just talking about how you can barely see it. And Bryant was talking about that, like I can't really see where it is. And that is designed completely on purpose. This coating is self-leveling to an extent. It is not quite to the point where you can just apply and do nothing, not level it, which would be cool. So you still have to level it back down. But having it to where the ceramic coating is barely seeable is going to reduce your risk of high spots. So high spots are always a problem when you're talking about ceramic coatings, but that's why I had Walter kind of design this one this way so that if you do have high spots, they're easily to knock down, right? But also I wanted that long work time because as a detailing professional and a detailing business owner, time is money. And so if you can cut down, in my podcast I talk about a lot about like the one-day ceramic coating solution. And so if you could do a ceramic coating in half the time, that would increase your profits, right? So single layer, rated at 5 years. We will level it now with a single towel, mainly because we're just doing a small section. But you would see if you're using this, you can wait up to literally 15 minutes. It is layerable, but there's not always a need to layer it. So traditional ceramic coating, what I'm looking for is how slick is it under the panel, or under the towel rather. But I have noticed, and I will say this, the slicker the coating is, the less durable it is. I don't know if there's a reason for that. So sometimes if the coating is really, really slick under the towel, it actually is less durable in real life and in torture test. So I want like just the right amount of stickiness to the coating because you can use any one of these other paint protectants to add that slickness, and it's no big deal. So there you go. That's the application process for all these paint protectants. So we have on the left side, now I'm backwards, so it's going to be confusing for me. On the left side of the panel, we have your spray and wipe ceramic spray coating. This is a water-based coating, so not a solvent-based. When I tested some other brands with solvent-based, it just stinks up your whole shop, right? And then there's always that risk of like, what is this chemical actually doing to me as I atomize it into the air? So I like water-based ceramic spray coatings right there. Up here, we have a spray and rinse, which I talked about, traditionally how that works versus the new stuff. Again, water-based. Up here, right in the middle center of the panel, we have I call it a traditional spray wax, though this is a synthetic and carnauba blend. So you are getting some of those synthetic polymers, I guess, mixed in with the carnauba glow, the carnauba wax. So it's not a straight carnauba spray wax, but it is more so your traditional spray wax. We have our control section right here, front and center in the middle, so we can compare it to all of the things. Over on the right side of the panel, the bigger section is a wipe-on ceramic coating. This ceramic coating has an incredibly long work time, so work time's up in the 15 to 20 minutes if you want it to. So I like to use this one because I could do like a whole half of a car before I have to level it down. Also rated at about 5 years for that. And then we have the right side of the panel, which we all know about the right side of the panel. So we'll just leave that there. So let's do a water behavior test. I will say everything was compounded and panel wiped with the exception of the right side of the panel. What we're looking for in this video is differences in water behavior, and then what I'm gonna do is in a subsequent video, I'm going to torture test everything so we could see the durability and the durability of each product, and then use that information to help you make the decision of what paint protectant may be best for you or your car or the situation that you're in. So let's do a little water behavior test. So here we go. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take it one at a time because the control floods and it is oblong and kind of all over. But what I've noticed with panel wipe stuff is it doesn't bead water, it just doesn't make the panel super, super flat. So let's take it one by one and go through each one of these. So on this side, we're looking at a wipe-on coating rated at 5 years. So important things to look at. When we're spraying it with water, we're getting no flooding underneath the water. You can see the beads are just happening right away and they're coming off the panel. See that? And then when I stop, we're beading water really, really good. Here's where a lot of people will, they'll use a spray bottle or they'll use something else to kind of doctor the beads, but you could see how small you could actually get the water beads if you doctor the water. So tight, round beads, a lot of them, we're getting next to no flooding on the panel. And you can see how incredibly round and tight those beads are. Again, this is your traditional ceramic coating. This is a wipe-on ceramic coating on a fully prepped surface, right? Okay, so versus we'll do the control. So when we look at the control and we put the steady stream of water, you see how it's almost completely flooding that panel section. And if you just pan over to the traditional coating real quick, you can see how the water going over on that section is not flooding at all, it's just creating beads, right? So that is what we're looking at. So boom, a flat panel, right? So, all right, next we'll go to the synthetic wax. So the synthetic wax, and again, we'll do another water behavior test before we do a torture test, but I just wanted to kind of set the ground rules and walk you through what I look for and kind of my process. So we'll go to the spray wax. With a spray wax, one thing that you're gonna get a lot more of than you do with a spray ceramic is you're gonna get that glow. You're gonna get that jetness, as some of the people say, because it comes from the carnauba. So that traditional carnauba wax is giving you that color depth, that sometimes that slickness, but more so that glow in the paint. So let's see what that looks like. And we're getting a little bit more flooding, but still not a ton, right? Not a ton of flooding like we are in the control section. And you're gonna get some nice round beads. I would expect out of a traditional spray wax, you're not gonna get the crazy beading that you will with a fully ceramic coating. But again, the goal or what you're getting out of a spray wax is that glow, that richness, that gloss. That is really the main feature of a spray wax, not so much the durability. We all know that carnauba is not super durable because it melts in the sun. But you don't use it for durability, you use it for gloss and glow, right? So that is that. But again, compared to the control section, which floods really bad, you can even see, though the spray wax is starting to flood, it still gets the water off and sheets if you have a steady stream and you still have a mixture of the water beads. But again, not crazy water beading. That's reserved for other products. Over here, we have the ceramic spray, the water-based. This is a spray and wipe. So for a lot of people, this replaced the traditional spray wax, right? A little bit more durable, a lot more durable, but you're not getting that glow. And that's what I think what a lot of people are missing out on with a ceramic spray is that gloss, that jetness, that deep, rich color in the paintwork. So, but you're gonna replace that, you're gonna substitute that with durability. So again, similar to the wipe-on ceramic coating, we're not getting that flooding of the panel, and when I lift, we're getting really nice water beads. So we're getting more water beads than we did on the traditional spray wax. But again, when you go with the spray coating, you lose something. So everything in detailing when you're dealing with products has a give and a take. And that's what no one has mentioned. There's give and take to everything, every product. So when you take something away or you give something, you generally lose something else. And this is a perfect example, and this is why I wanted to do this video. When you pick a spray wax with carnauba in it, you are adding gloss, shine, slickness, and you're taking away durability, right? So everything has a give and take. What I personally like to do and what I talk to my chemist about, what do we call him? Walter, right? Walter, what I talk to Walter about is how close can we get to that line of give and take to where you can almost seemingly get both. So you can get the durability of a ceramic, but with the glow of like you have carnauba in there. How close can we get to that, Walter? That's what I want to know. And so that's always my goal. But however, there's always a give and take, right? So you get a lot of jetness, colorant, depth, richness in a carnauba wax, but you can get streaking on the paint, on dark color cars. So again, give and take, give and take, give and take. And you constantly have to look at that. Durability increases, something else has to give, right? Just remember that. So on the top is a spray and rinse. This is a product I'm still kind of developing and working on. Again, with that same give and take theme, we are wanting water beading, we're wanting ease of use is really the number one factor on this because I'm looking at it as a topper for a ceramic coating. So ease of use is what I'm after. That is the big differentiator in this category with this product is ease of use. I want it, I talked to Walter, and I said, hey, I want it to be able to be used on glass, on paint, on plastic, on rims, on everything on the outside of the car, but I don't want it to streak like all the spray and rinse products currently do. So with that, that is my give, that is my ask. What am I gonna lose? So that's what I'm trying to find out. Do I lose durability? Do I lose water behavior? So as it's just applied, we are getting a little bit more flooding on the panel than we are with the ceramic spray and the ceramic coating, but we're getting less water flooding than we did with the traditional wax. So again, I would like to see it bead a little bit more, but depending upon how you doctor your spray with the water depends on what your water beads look like. And so what I'll do, now that we've kind of ran through everything and set the ground rules and the groundwork for all this, I will show you how we can get perfect water beading on all of these surfaces, right? And then in the future video, after these cure for about 7 days, I want to give them all proper cure time, then we'll do a torture test. So in the next video, look out for that, make sure you subscribe, we will do a water behavior test again after 7 days, not quite in depth of this. I wanted to kind of explain everything first. And then we'll do a torture test because I'm not afraid to do a torture test on my products that Walter's making for me. I'm just not afraid. And the point is that I want to show you the give and take, the give and take. So let's doctor all this water so we can get perfect water beads across all the surfaces, including the control section. So there we go. There's some nice water beads. Well, nice water beads across most of them, I guess you would say. You have again, the ceramic spray right here, some big beads, some little beads. We have the spray and rinse, which again would be more of a topper, I guess you could say, for a ceramic coating. So again, ease of use and just kind of boosting that water behavior for when we know in other torture tests that hydrophobics are the first thing to go, but arguably the most important part. And so I wanted to work on a product that you could easily apply to reintroduce those water beads. You have your spray wax, and then of course the right side of the panel, and then that. So let's do a little dippity dip dip. There you go. That doesn't really tell us anything, but let's do the last thing will blow everything off. So we could start over here, and we'll do the ceramic spray and wipe. Battery died. Boom. Then we have the spray and rinse. Okay, then we have our traditional. And the ceramic coatings are just like waiting to get off the panel. So then we'll do the right side of the panel as well as the traditional ceramic or the wipe on. And then finally, we could do the control section. So if you're interested also in seeing me testing other claims or seeing like, should you pre-rinse your car or should you not pre-rinse your car before you wash it, you can check out that video. That video is incredibly insightful, even for me who's been detailing for a long time. So I'll post a link to that video below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe so you can get the follow-up video of when we torture test all these different products so you can figure out which paint protectant is best for you. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. See ya.